is Camilla Prosperity out of Pooler, Georgia, and man, I think it's been probably like 6 months, 6 months, right, since I cut a video. Hold on one second, let me see something. Let me turn something off. Okay, yeah, I think it's been like 6 months since I cut a video, so I've missed y'all. Kept in touch with some of y'all in different ways, but a lot has been going on with your girl. Um, my health has been under attack for quite some time now, and so that's why you guys have not seen me. And as a matter of fact, I just got out of the hospital yesterday. So for those of you who know, many of you are like, what's the status? What's going on? And for those of you who don't know, I felt it was definitely time to share why I've been MIA. So um, let me tell y'all this. Today is a big deal. And as you come in, still, you know what, I'm gonna try to go to YouTube so I can see, because I'm doing this from my phone. Um, so I can't see the chat here, but I'm gonna try to see if I can see it if I go someplace else. So as you come in, please speak to me. Don't make me feel alone. I don't know why I'm kind of sort of nervous. That's so weird. I do this all the time. But anyway, um, today is big for me because this is the first time that I've been able to like raise my hand this high in a number of days. Even doing this on my right hand is a big deal. Um, a few days ago, I was fine, and then I went to bed and I woke up and I wasn't fine. My hand was, hey, what's going on, D King? Oh, she said greetings, beloved. Greetings to you. How have you been? But a few days I woke up and this hand right here, my right, was swollen like dramatically. And then my hand and my wrist just kept feeling worse and worse to the point where my son was having to do things for me. He was having to put my socks on. He was having to fix me breakfast. He was having to open things for me like doors and jars. I couldn't do this with my hands, so I couldn't grip. And I'm right-handed. So I was thinking, you're like, hey, did I sprain something? Did I hit it? What did I do? And you're trying to retrace your steps in your mind, but you can't come up with anything. So I was thinking it'd get better, and instead it just kept getting worse to the point where Saturday night I was gonna go, not this past Saturday, but like Saturday before. I am well, glad to see and hear from you. Oh, that's so good. I'm so happy you're doing well. I'm doing better. But I'm gonna share with y'all some lessons if you find yourself in my position, if you're not doing well. And hopefully for those who are doing well, I will hope this conversation will help you to have a greater appreciation for the fact that you're doing well. Okay? So not this past Saturday, but Saturday before last, I tried to go to urgent care in the middle of the night. I was in so much pain, but they were closed. So then I was thinking I was gonna go to the ER first thing on Sunday, but a horrible, well, my grandmother passed on Mother's Day. So needless to say, I did not go to the ER on Mother's Day as planned. So I ended up going to Monday. My hand is 3 times the size of my regular hand, and I'm driving my son to school in the morning with my right hand on my right leg and trying not to have anything hit it. And I'm just driving with my left hand. I drop him off to school. I go by my grandmother's house because that's where everybody has gathered. Thank you, Dee. I learned some lessons in that too, and I'm going to do a video about that later. But I went by to just see the family at the gathering spot, which was my grandmother's house. And then I go to the ER Monday at 12:30. Y'all, I don't get in the back until Monday at 8:30. So that was 8 hours just in the waiting room. My fingers are getting cold. My hand is swollen. I'm in excruciating pain. It feels like somebody is stabbing me in my wrist over and over again. And on top of that, if y'all know anything about the ER, You know, it's great for people watching if you're not the person there to be seen. But if you're the person there to be seen, oh my God. Oh my gosh. So the person who I talked to was like, why are you here? I showed them, you know, my hand and how it should look. And they said, did you hit anything? Did you this? Did you that? And they're just doing their job. Did you hit anything? Were you bitten? Were you this? Were you that? And I'm like, no, no. But they keep asking me 5 million questions. And you know when you're in pain, your tolerance is low for too many questions. You like, just fix it. Um, ER visits take an average of 8 hours to be seen. I didn't know that. My silly butt was thinking, let me hurry up and go to this ER right quick. They're gonna give me a shot, boop, boop. And hey, Nurse MJ, my friend, no time for wait. Hey sis. But I was thinking I was gonna go to the ER maybe 2 or 3 hours. They're gonna give me a shot, and then I was gonna go pick up my son, and all is well, resume my life and all of the things that I have going on, right? Wrong. So I didn't know about that whole 8 hour thing. So the nurse is asking me all these questions up front. What's going on and how did this happen? You didn't hit anything, you didn't twist anything, you weren't playing sports. And I just got to the point where I said, ma'am, think Beyonce, okay? I woke up like this. And she was like, okay, I got it. I'm like, yeah, put me in. Don't you hate that going for one thing and pow, girl, you have no idea, right? So I'm in the ER. I get to the back at 8:30. Of course I had, thank God for sisters, right? You tapping in, timestamp Army. You tapping in. Good to see you. Thank y'all for joining me. If y'all stay all the way through though, y'all gonna laugh a little bit. I'm pretty sure because y'all know me. But you definitely gonna learn some things. Adonia's child of heaven. I haven't seen you. Blessings. You're back. Yeah, I'm explaining why you guys haven't seen me. I've missed y'all. Been working on some stuff. But the primary thing is my health. So, yeah, I'm waiting to be seen. Get to the ER 8:30. Then they let me know I'm horribly anemic. So they let me know basically like, sis, you ain't going nowhere for a while. And so they tell me we're going to admit you overnight because we need to do some things. And that was Monday at 8:30, and I just got out yesterday. So this was an unexpected 6-day stay in the hospital. And I got some stuff to share with y'all, okay? Hey Kim, this is Countess. I knew something was wrong when I tried calling and texting you the other day. I'm glad you're better. Girl, that's the other thing, girl. And then to be admitted, bruh. Yeah, bruh. Right? So Countess, that's the other thing. So this I went in Monday. Y'all, why Saturday night? Literally 48 hours before all this happened. My main phone. The phone number I've had since the 90s, right? Since SSWV, right? The phone number I've had since college. That particular phone number was with a phone that's older than the phone that I'm using. I mean, younger than the phone that I'm using now. So go figure, this phone is still working. And that phone just completely, it never had any problems out of that phone. It froze. And you know what we do, we restart after cussing a little bit about it. It froze and I tried to get it back on and it never cut back on again. So that was the other thing. I'm thinking on Monday, I had to go by T-Mobile, see what happened with my phone. So not only am I in the ER, admitted into the hospital, about to be admitted into the hospital, but I'm also cut off from the whole world. Cause I could not, y'all, I could not do this. I could not grip. So this is like today, for my hand to look like this, and for me to be able to do this is shoot, for me to even get dressed, for me to put this shirt on, for me to, we gonna get into it. But I could not get that, I couldn't get that little stupid, hey, what's going on, Care Bear? I couldn't get the SIM chip out of my phone. So when my phone died, wow, but I'm glad you got there when you did. MJ, you have no idea. So I couldn't get the SIM chip out of my phone. And so here I am with my second phone line that really my son primarily uses, and I use it as a backup phone. But nobody pretty much has this number except for like the absolute closest people to me. But it's not. You know how your main phone is tied to certain things. You got your app screen the way you like it. You got you got your stuff going to your main phone, text messages. So yeah, nobody could get me, which was kind of a blessing and a curse, to be honest with you. So I'm in the ER, got admitted. Um, and y'all, I'm just gonna tell you, MJ, kudos to you. Like people that are in healthcare, they really that is a calling, y'all. That is a calling because I'm right-handed. When you cannot use your right hand, do you know how many things you can't do? Do you know how many things you can't do? Y'all, why as soon as I went to the ER, I had to use the bathroom. Baby. Oh, and I do not know why. And I'm talking about the ER in the back. Excuse me. Well, I had to use the bathroom in the ER in the front and the ER in the back. And they talking about the bathroom right there. I go to look at it's a family bathroom. There were no stalls, so that means every single person that's sitting in the ER who I'm looking at go in and out of that bathroom, and I can't move my right hand, which is what I do everything with. So it takes me a long time to go. I know this because it's been a few days now. Oh, shut up, Carrie. See, that's why I'm left-handed. If you were left-handed, it could have happened to your left hand, and then you would have to use your right hand. The point is, we need to be ambidextrous. We all need to be ambidextrous, right? I was about to say amphibious. I was about to say we all need to be amphibious. So anyway, but we all need to be ambidextrous, right? That's a cute word. That's a nice word. So I'm looking at these people in the ER, and I'm hearing sounds come from the family bathroom, right? I'm hearing sounds. So you know how you ever been to somebody's house, you say, where's the bathroom? And they like right there, and it's in the middle of the damn living room pretty much, right? It's not down the hallway, it's in the living room, and you like, so you don't even fully get comfortable in the bathroom because you don't want everybody in the living room hearing, your booty band. So you gotta like use the bathroom, but not use it, like not go all in like you want to, because the bathroom right here, like the door is right there next to the couch. Never buy a house like that, y'all. And I don't like to visit houses like that. And if I know I'm visiting a house like that, I'll make sure I use the bathroom before I go. So anyway, that's how the ER bathroom was. So I was like, ain't no way in hell I'm going in there all slow. Talk about being humble, girl. Ain't no way in there I'm going in. Ain't no way in hell I'm going in this bathroom as slow as I'm moving. After I done seen all these people come out, after I done heard what I can imagine they did in there, and I'm not having nobody clock me. I'm not having nobody rush me. So I get in the car again and go to Walgreens. It ain't no shame in my game. I'm a woman of a particular age, right? So I went to Walgreens. I got me some diapers because I already saw what it was about to be. I got me some diapers just in case, but I still went to the bathroom and used the bathroom. But I went, like, when I went back to the hospital, I went to a whole nother part where I could move as slow as I want, take my time, and yeah, a whole nother. I went to like the console offices or whatever. Not the diapers. Oh yes, the diapers. Because the whole thing with the diapers was, you know, again, I don't have the usage of my right hand. So just keeping it real, yeah, done had a baby, right? Pelvic floor already low, right? And I'm of a particular age. So you know what it is. You can cough and pee on yourself, right? So I'm like, let me get these diapers, because I'd rather it be in a diaper if I don't make it. Not that I'm just gonna stand there. I'll never understand that. There are some people I know, they get the diapers and they're like, yeah, I just have it on a diaper. I would never just stand there and just go. I don't understand that. But anyway, I didn't plan for this to go there. So anyway, I handle that. I come back to the ER, the front ER. When I get to the back, I have to use the bathroom again. And I'm like, oh my gosh. And when you get to the back ER, man, those nurses are rocking and rolling, okay? And when I say the back ER, this was a huge room with now this is like locked up. This is like jail, okay? It reminded me of jail. So this is a huge room, and I'm gonna call them my cellies. It was 8 of us. So my 7 cellies and I are all separated by a curtain, but we see the numbers in front of the curtain, right? So the nurse is trying to like help you take care of everybody. Everybody has been waiting in the waiting room for forever, and so they're in the back, and they need so many multiple things done, right? So my nurse is like, okay, come on, I'm gonna help you. And here, if y'all know me in real life, I am a very honest person, okay? So, I'm not ready for the whole coming to America, Prince of the Moon, the let me wash your genitals experience. I'm just not ready. So I'm talking to her and I'm just like, oh, I just met you. I'm acting like we're on a date. It's my first time. I just met you. And she don't care nothing about that. They be all up in there, y'all. They be all up in there. I don't know how they do it. But I'm thankful for the help because they were like, we gotta get you back in this chair. We gotta pump you with blah 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 blah. Because the first thing the doctor said to me was, "You look very pale." So I already been here, done that. I already knew where this was going. So they're like, each bag that we need to give you is gonna take 3 hours. You need 2 bags right now. We gotta get you in that chair. And plus, the nurse wouldn't even leave me in the bathroom by myself, even if I wanted to, because of my situation. She was scared I was gonna pass out. Like they were like, "You drove yourself here?" Yes, because there's somebody else. Keep in mind, my whole entire family is dealing with the death of my grandmother, which was less than 24 hours prior. Go figure, perfect timing, right? So, whew, when I tell you, I finally got in that chair, I got connected, we're rocking and rolling, stuff is being pumped in my veins. Okay, cool. I was just so happy to sit down and recline. Um, my mom comes. Thank God for mothers, right? My mom comes, so she's there with me, and then we get a new celly. I get a new celly. How do I know? Because the block was quiet, but when I got a new celly, the block got hot. The block was hot. The block was hot. So this other person who's in the ER is like, nurse, nurse. Remember, we're all separated by curtains. Like every 5 minutes, nurse. And I know something is wrong with y'all. Like, you insensitive heifer. Something's wrong with that lady. And I get it, but y'all weren't there. Okay? So shut your pie hole. You weren't there. Do you know how nerve-wracking it is when you are in pain and everybody else is in pain and it's like, nurse? And the whole thing was, she was calling the nurse and then she was like, nurse, I threw up. I threw up. And so the nurse was like, okay, I got it. That's understandable at first. The nurse was like, you cannot eat or anything or drink anything because we can hear because, me and all my cellies, we just separated by curtains, right? So she's like, you cannot eat or drink anything because you cannot hold it down. Okay, fine. Nurse leaves. 5 minutes later, nurse, nurse. So the next nurse comes. She's like, I need something to drink. And I'm looking at my mom. My mom looking at me like, she know that nurse just told her not to drink anything, right? Coach, right? He said, Lord, you already see. I said, gee. So then that person actually is like, I'm thirsty. I'm about to die. I'm thirsty. So they give her something to drink. Of course, nurse, I threw it off. We told you not to drink anything, but I was thirsty. What am I supposed to do? Nurse, Ash, what's going on? Ash, my love. Right? She was like, nurse, I gotta go to the bathroom. So it was just non-stop nurse. Then we got another new Sally, right? And so she came in, she was just crying. So between her, Jesus, Jesus, and then the other lady going, nurse. So then the nurse one was in number 8. The Jesus one was in number 5. I'm in number 4. So I'm in the midst of, I'm actually closest to like, it's a weird setup, but I'm in the midst of the both of them, believe it or not. So it's like 8, 4, 5. So number 5 is like, oh, Jesus, I'm hurting, Jesus. So then number 8 goes, nurse, number 5 needs you. She appoints herself hall monitor. Okay, so if you say anything, she's gonna be like, nurse, because she did ask the lady, what number you in? She said, I'm in number 5. She said, nurse. And now, don't nobody care about these call buttons we got. Apparently, don't nobody care about these call buttons we got. And the nurses are actually coming by. When I say they're calling for the nurses, it's not because the nurses aren't there, it's because the nurses are attending to other people. That's the thing you don't understand. So, like, say the nurse is with me. Hey, Dorothy Davis, so glad you're feeling better. Girl, me too. Me too, sis. So, say the nurse is with me. Number 8 don't care. Sally 8 does not care. They're like, nurse. And I'm like, can I get my time? Please. Okay? But yeah, she's like, nurse, number 5 needs you. So then number 5 was like, thank you so much. She's like, you're welcome. So mom looked, and my mom said, did they come together? Are they on the buddy pass? And I was like, mom, if you don't shut up, we got nothing but curtains separating us. And from the raspiness in number 8's voice, even though she probably can still whoop both our butts. So you better shut up. But my mom was fit to be tired. She was like, if they don't shut up. Because my mom was trying to sleep too. I'm trying to sleep at this point. I'm getting pumped with the stuff I need. I'm trying to sleep. My mom's trying to sleep. And it was just a whole lot. So, baby, when I told you, when I made it upstairs, I ain't never been so happy to say I was too happy to go upstairs, right? Because that sounds like something else. But I was so happy to go upstairs. And yeah, so then they admitted me. Um, and from there, it was just a roller coaster ride. My vitals were all over the place. I would get what I needed, and then it would be just like I didn't get it. And then I needed something else. So keep in mind, we still haven't even gotten to my hand. We still haven't even gotten to my hand yet. To working on the problem that I came for. Because once they did check my stuff, there were other problems that needed to be taken care of first before they could even begin to work on my hand. So, I got admitted. Of course, my mom had to go. She came back the next day to check on me. But my whole family is planning for the funeral. So I asked my sister to take over my son. And guys, when I say I had this, remember this hand and this arm is at the time swollen, sore, tender. I could not even do what I just did, like raise it up to here. I could not even do that. I could not. I could barely raise my hand off of my side. And it always constantly hurt to have it up, it hurt to have it down, whatever the case may be. So they had to use this arm for all of my stuff. So I had 2 IVs in here. Y'all see how skinny my little waist is. I got this like my granny. But they had 2 IVs in here. In this arm, and then they still were sticking me for multiple other things just because there was stuff going on. About like what, Thursday? I think Thursday my veins blew. Both veins blew, and I don't mean like they exploded in my body, of course, but they stopped taking liquids. They stopped. They couldn't get anything out of those veins. They couldn't put anything in those veins, so they couldn't get blood out to do the blood work. Have you tried water therapy, putting your hand in warm water? No, I haven't. But right now, all things warm feel amazing. So I will do that as well. Is it gonna make me pee? Doesn't putting your hand in water make you pee, or is that only when you sleep? Oh God. Anyway, third, my veins blew. So I'll tell y'all this: if you ever go to the hospital and they put an IV in you to get liquids in or out, it shouldn't hurt, right? When they're getting the liquids in and out. Once it starts to hurt, when I say my veins blew, like I said, that means they stopped giving or receiving anything. So that meant when they were trying to give me some more stuff and take the blood out, it was unbearable pain. It was excruciating. I started to notice it was just so uncomfortable and it was getting tight in my arm. If that happens to you, what that means is that the vein has just tapped out and you've got to get another vein, right? So just so that you know, I learned that the hard way because it was to the point where there were some procedures that I had, and once you start them, you're not supposed to stop. And I had to tell them, you gotta stop it. Like I can't. I'm not gonna be able to sit here. Sometimes they were trying to administer liquids to the vein, and one liquid would take an hour, and then the other one would take 3 hours. Regardless, I was like, I can't sit here for that long. Anemia is serious and dangerous. Oh my God, it is so serious and dangerous. And it's also crazy because people really think you be lazy. They think you just be Netflixing and chilling at night and sleeping in, and you just, she always sleepy. It's like, yeah, ninja, I am always like, don't do people with anemia. Oh, just hit the back of the arm on the chair. So anyway, this is my right hand. There was nothing wrong with my right hand. The thing is, it is now sore because when I say, like I said, when the veins blow, that means they've given out. They are just like, we tied, leave us alone. So you have to go get new veins. They need to put another IV in. So just so that you know that, because the nurse might still keep, if they can't take it out, then they'll go and get another vein on their own if they can't take blood out. But if they can't put certain stuff in, you have to tell them that. And like I said, you'll know, because before it was fine, and then all of a sudden it will become very, very painful, right? And that's because the vein has just tapped out. So what was I saying? So this arm today is sore just because it's been poked. It's a pin cushion, and then even though my IVs have been taken out, the veins were so worked that now they've contracted. So they are where they should be relaxed, they're tight like this. So they're tender and they're sore. So right now I'm having issues with both hands. I'm having issues with both arms. But this hand is fine, and this hand is coming along. This is good. This is good. I could not even do this. This is good. I couldn't straighten it out. So anyway, so that is that. So here's what I want to tell y'all. I'm going to share with y'all. Here's the lesson in it. I made y'all, I think, let me see, laugh a little bit. Okay, cool. Y'all, I'm just telling y'all, be thankful for if you got up this morning and you were healthy and you dressed yourself and you opened up the refrigerator door. I couldn't open the refrigerator door. And my son, he is such a trooper, because before I went into the ER, he just was, y'all, I was literally waiting on my son to get out of school for the most basic of things to be done when this first started happening. Do those exercises while your hand is in the warm water. Okay, I will do. Thank you so much. I will do. But y'all, I was literally sleeping while my son was in school, and then waiting for him to come back just to help me with the most mundane tasks. And so to even be here right now and feel comfortable to be here by myself is huge, huge. It still took, like, I took a shower for the first time in a week. Not that I was up in there funky. Again, remember, it's the coming to America treatment. You got the techs who just graduated, who look like they could be your child, sponging you off, and you're just like, oh my gosh, it's my first time, right? Get well soon. And them young girls don't be caring nothing about you, okay? But it's so weird though, because you take so many things for granted. Y'all, do y'all know how much I was dreading putting on deodorant, which is so necessary? But when you can't lift your arm, when you can't think about it, how do you put on deodorant if you can't lift your arm? Okay, the tech goes in the back, and while this arm is exactly like it is right now, she tries to squeeze the ball of deodorant. She tries to squeeze the ball of deodorant through your armfold from the bike, right? From the bike, right? So of course that's already a weird feeling. Arm deodorant is cold and it's ticklish, so you wanna, it's tickling you, you wanna move, but then if you move, your arm is hurting. Oh my gosh, if y'all just knew, the most basic of tasks became like such a big deal. But shout off, and I'm so glad I had a great hospital where everybody was super duper cool. But I'm going to tell you right now, if you, I'm going to start with what to do if you are visiting someone in the hospital, okay? What to do, these are 5 tips I'm going to give y'all, okay, for if you visited somebody in the hospital. And then after that, I'm going to give you 5 tips for if you ever have to go to the ER and you find yourself, regardless of whether or not you find yourself admitted, well, no, it's 5 tips for if you ever have to go to the hospital for any reason, okay? So just keep this in mind. Let me see here. So the first tip, if you, again, these are 5 tips for visitors. The first tip, oh, this is a good one. The first one is the best one. If you go to visit somebody in the hospital, know how to ask questions so that you get answers, okay? So if you say, do you need anything? Here's one tip from a nurse. Don't ask your family member 50 million questions. Why you on my list? Why you on my list? Why you on my list? See, I can't even move like I normally move. Normally, y'all know I would have hand movements. I got to do this by just squeezing my butt cheeks up and down. That's how I move. Why you on my list? We gonna get there. We gonna get there. Um, but know how to ask questions so that you get answers. So, for example, guys, my son is 14. If I ask him, how was your day in school? He's going to be like, fine. I've learned not to ask him that. So I say, how was your day in school? He goes, fine. And then I say, did anybody bully you? No, ma'am. Did you bully anybody? Did you have an altercation? Right? No, ma'am. Did any girl flirt with you? No. And because did anybody vape? These are things based on my experiences, right? Did anybody vape? Sometimes it's yes. Oh, you know what so and so was smoking it. You never believe who vaping now, mom. I'd be like, who vaping now? You know. Or I have had my son just by going down that list. I've had my son tell me he saw girl on girl action in class one day, live, right? And I said they did that just to get a reaction out of you. I said, what did you do? He said, I was like, oh. I said, that's exactly what they wanted. That's exactly why they called you over there, son. And then of course I was like, where was the teacher? Okay, but anyway, I'm getting off track. My point is this: if you really want an honest answer from someone, you have to learn how to ask questions. And we learned this in MLM, y'all. You can't just ask a question like, how much money you want to make? Because people be like, just more money than I'm making now. And you're like, here's $1, going back your way. No, you want to say like, are you trying to make enough money to pay your bills? Do you want to stomp on the haters? Stomp on the haters, right? Do you want to take care of you and your mama? Do you want to quit your job? And that's when the wheels start turning, right? Sebastian said, right, where was the teacher? Sebastian, you have no idea. Why did my son tell me that not only did he see that, but one before even before the girl on girl action, he told me one day, he was like, guess what, mom? I was like, what? And he said, two of my classmates made a YouTube is funny, so y'all work with me. Two of my classmates made a schmex tape. I said, pardon? Come again, pardon? Two of his classmates made a schmex tape. And they asked him if he was asked if he wanted to see it. So then and I'm honored that my son tells me these things, but it requires me cutting off the radio, creating a safe space, and repeatedly asking him every day, not just how was your day at school, son, but getting into the nitty gritty, right, of what these teenagers be doing, and asking him, did somebody do this? Did you do this? And we have great conversations, but it's off the chain in middle school, y'all. It's off the chain in middle school. That's just the tip of the surface. But that's how you're gonna have to ask questions if somebody is in the hospital. I was I was like, have been okay, cool. Congratulations, you're homeschooled. I need to homeschool. I would love to homeschool, but the first thing is I got to get me right before I can start doing all these extracurriculars. Homeschool, and yeah. All right, I'm already at 33 minutes, and I'm trying to wrap this up. But if y'all stay, y'all gonna learn some things. So I will tell y'all this: you need to ask a person in the hospital, just like how I ask my customer. Don't say, you need anything? They're in the bed. They're getting drugged up. Ooh, them pain meds, they so good. They constantly got people, they can't think. So you have to think for them. So like say if somebody is in Atlanta, you might say, you need anything? You need me? You came here on Monday, it's Thursday, you still here. You need me to give you extra money for your parking? Because y'all got paid for parking at the hospital, which is asinine, right? You might need to say to a person, who like don't just come in asking questions like who's picking up your kid. Hell, if it ain't you, don't worry about it. Right? The way you ask that question is, you need anything? You need help with your son? Who's picking them up? I'm off on Tuesday. If you need somebody to pick them up on Tuesday and you're still here, I can do it on Tuesday. You see how that works? You see how that works? See how that works? Isn't that better? Isn't that better? Hey, I'm about to you need me to expecting anything important in the mail? Because y'all was expecting a specific something in the mail, and I was like, oh my gosh, I need this. I need this. So somebody could be coming right from your house, by way of your house. If they stopped and got that thing from the mail for you and brought it to the hospital, once you get to the hospital, they don't want to tell you, go back to my house and get there should be something such and such in the mail. And I will tell you guys this too. I'm so happy I have certain things set up in place, because every single day I knew exactly what came to the mail, because I signed up for USPS informed delivery, which is 100% free. And if you go online and you sign up for it, it takes less than 5 minutes. You're going to get a picture every single day, a picture of what exactly is coming to your mailbox. So every single day I knew what was coming. I knew what I cared about. I knew what I didn't. But you want to ask people, hey, you need another change of clothes? Hey, you need Uh, you want to ask very pointed questions. Any bills coming up due? Do you need some help paying the bill? See how that works? You might say, hey, you got any bills coming up due? You need some help paying it? I got $20 on it. Or I got 5 on it. Whatever you got, right? You want to plant those seeds, because people, they can't think, y'all. They got so much going on, they can't think. So know how to ask questions to get answers if you truly want. Now, if you're coming in there going, you need anything, and you're doing this behind your back, then keep that. Okay, what's the next thing? Ooh, oh, okay, for visitors, remember, this is 5 tips for visitors. The first one is ask questions, learn how to ask questions to get real answers, okay, if you truly care. The next thing is share about yourself. Share about yourself. Caring is sharing. Sharing is caring, vice versa. If you come into the room and you're like, how you doing? And they're like, I was better until you came in all gloomy. How are you doing? This not about me. This not about me. This is about you. Now, in theory, that might sound good, but if somebody actually asks, they may need, everybody is different. They may need the distraction. Like my niece is graduating like in a few days. Every day that I spoke to her, I said, how's graduation practice? And it brought me such joy to hear her reliving graduate. Oh my, I saw this friend and we did this. Oh, I'm getting nervous because it's getting closer. That was a great distraction for me. So if somebody asks you how you're doing, don't cut them off and be like, this is about you. Share with them, because they might just really truly care, and they might need to not think about themselves in the moment. Okay, the next thing is number 3, be careful bringing flowers. Oh my gosh, y'all, be careful bringing flowers. I was so happy nobody bought me flowers. I think because everybody sending the flowers to my granny. But only person who bought me flowers, I said nobody bought me flowers, and I said only person who bought me flowers. But my son bought me 3 roses from my grandmother's wake, and that was perfect. 3 red roses. He brought them in his hand. I was drinking a Boost. When I drank it, I mixed the bottle out and put the 3 roses in there. If you want, and that was perfect. Just a little pop of color, just a little pop of color. But don't. I would say, and again, everybody's different. These are my tips, but you got to think about it like this: when you bring like a whole bunch of flowers, if the person's not gonna be there for long, they have to orchestrate how to bring all these vases along with all the other crap they got. They got diapers, they got chucks, they got all types of stuff, right? Hospital, all the hospital materials they're gonna have to bring. Then they already incapacitated, right? Oh, you said great advice. Okay, good. I'm happy. I'm happy you think so. But now they got 1-800 flowers, like glass vases. Huh? On top of that, I'm gonna be real with you. One or two flower things is fine. Once you start to get 3 and up, you start to feel dead. All right, you already in this big behind bed that feels like a casket. So now you're surrounded by a bunch of flowers and you in there by yourself. You just feel like, okay, I'm going to the upper room for sure. All these flowers, I'm going to the upper room. Y'all can take these straight from the hospital room to the mortuary, to the funeral home. So, and then, you know what's the worst thing in the world? I ain't gonna lie to you. When somebody bring you flowers and you really want a cheesecake. So here you are, you done spent $30 on flowers, and all I wanted was a $6 turtle cheesecake from Publix, right? So again, that goes back to asking questions. What, you need anything? I was gonna surprise you with flowers now, but if you prefer some Chick-fil-A, let me know. Let me know, right? Okay, and I'm gonna tell y'all this too. Money never fails. Oh my gosh, money never fails. Remember I told you I had to run to CVS while I was in the ER and get them diapers. Them diapers are expensive, okay? And I used that using the money that somebody had cashed at me before they even found out I got into the hospital. They sent me the money once they found out my grandmother passed, and it was just like, hey, just want to send this to you, and I was so appreciative to her. So appreciative to her. So that is that. And then, oh gosh, where's this rain coming from? Now, number 4 is, we're almost to number 5. Number 4 is, don't boss the patient around. Oh my gosh. they already have sit and duck syndrome, right? So if you go to visit somebody in the hospital, don't come in there trying to run things. Why it's so dark in here? You need to open up some lights. If you get sunlight, you'll feel better. That's why you're not getting better. Shut up. Shutty. Shutty. Unless the person is truly depressed, leave them alone. Because in the hospital, like my room always had the lights off because it was just so much stimulation. Every time they come in, they're cutting on the light because they're sticking you or they're writing something down or they need to see. They don't need it to be dark. So every time they left, I always like, cut off the light, please. Because it was just so much sensory stimulation on top of pain, you know, I'm managing pain and doing all these different things, thinking about my grandmother, my family, my son. I'm just totally out of my routine. So I needed the darkness. The darkness was like a warm hug. Put it like that. It was like a warm hug for me, at least. So don't come in there running things. Don't come in there saying, why is it cold in here? No, I'm naked. Okay? I'm naked. It is cold because I had so many sheets, or why is it hot in here? That's what I meant. Why is it hot in here? I'm anemic and I'm naked. Okay? So shut up. Don't come in here asking me to make it cold. You need to get naked too. Well, why? Better question. Why you got on so many layers in April? Okay? So don't come in there running things. And the last one, if you are visiting a person in a hospital, is, oh yes, if you don't call first, read the room. Oh my gosh, if you don't call first, read the room. So some people, and I would say, go ahead and visit somebody, because if you call first and they don't pick up, they could be down in the ultrasound area. They may not be in their room. They may not be near their phone. There were plenty of times that we thought things were fine with me, and then I needed another ultrasound. I needed another this or another that, and I had to be taken from my room. So like one of my best friends that I've known since college, she wanted to come and visit me after my grandmother's funeral that I couldn't go to. So anyway, it's okay because she had to get back on the road. But she called. I had been taken down to ultrasound, so I missed her call, so she didn't come. But like I said, she needed to get back on the road anyway, and it's okay. But that's why I don't say don't come if you don't call, because I would have loved to have her come regardless. However, it is true that sometimes you shouldn't come. So if you come and the person seems up to the visit, stay a while, chat, have some tea and crumpets, right? But if you come in and they, you know, and then don't bust in the room talking, surprise, the surprise might be on you. I might be in the bathroom struggling. And you might see me in all my glory, struggling, right? So, you know, come in discreetly and read the room. If they're happy to see you, stay a while. If they seem tired, dejected, if there's so much going on, you might want to leave. Or better yet, ask them, like, do you want me to leave? And if they say yes, then get on. Now, if you ever have to go to, and I hope these things make sense, y'all. Now, if you ever have to go to the hospital and you find yourself being a patient, dang, this is real. See, like, this is interesting. I'm thinking right now, I'm looking at the rain coming down. My window is partially up because when I was brought home last night, and we were sitting here, the guys opened the window and they forgot this. They opened the windows. We let like the night breeze come through, right? And this one window, they thought it was closed and it's not. I see how they made that mistake before they left. But now there's one window that is open and it is storming. It's only open like, I don't know, 6 inches. But I closed a window with 2 hands like this. So now, right now, I'm thinking like, how am I going to close this window? I don't know if I'll be able to do it because I don't have the strength. The simplest of things, y'all better give God thanks for it. So anyway, if you have to go to the ER for anything, guys, I'm telling you right now, I'm gonna give you 5 tips for if you ever have to go to the ER and you find yourself admitted into the hospital. Number one, if you just do these tips if you go to the ER anyway. Number one, act like you're going tailgating. Baby, act like you're going tailgating. Pack you a change of clothes. Get your car charger. Hell, I would even say get a folding chair if you can. Because if you ever see some of the people, I'm not gonna lie, because they were like, you don't want to sit down. I was like, no, I'll stand. I think I stood the majority of the 8 hours that I was there, y'all, because I didn't even want my booty touching where some of those other booties have been. So I would seriously say, pack like you're going tailgating and have your snacks, or think tailgating and camping. That's how you need to go to the ER. Have you a little, probably like a little rolly duffel bag, you know, a slim one, or a backpack if you have use of both arms, and pack a whole bunch of stuff to be there for a long time. Think necessities, okay? Clothes, cable charger. When I say this headband came in so clutch, it came in so clutch. I'm glad I didn't go there with my locks blowing in the wind, because I needed my hair out of my face. Sometimes I pulled the headband down and used it as a scarf, a cover. Other times it was just all types of things that this really, really thick headband came in so handy for. So think that way. The number two thing you should take if you have to go to the ER is, the number thing you should do, this is number two tip, not take. Get a copy of everything that you sign. Guys, it is amazing to me. With me being, think about this. And for those of you who have followed me with the Credit to Consumer Protection journey, you know how important our signature is. You know how important paperwork is. You know how much they hide in paperwork. It is mind-blowing to me that you can get pumped up with so much pain medication, and then they be like, sign this, sign this, sign this, sign this, sign this. And it's only because I still, no matter what, I still had the frame of mind. Like, there were some people that I said, I'm going to need you to come back later, because I couldn't process what they were giving me to sign. But do you know how many times I was brought paperwork to sign, and then I said, where's my copy? And then they said, oh, you want a copy? Ninja, yes. Isn't this my signature? Yes, I want a copy. And they weren't prepared to give me a copy. And guys, I need y'all to understand this, because many of those letters that you sign in the hospital, they are saying, let me slow down. They will say, I am affirming that I received a copy of the risk of this. I am affirming that I received the pamphlet named that. And you will check that box and sign. They'll tell you, check right here and sign right there. And you'll check that, and they don't even have the pamphlet. But you just signed the paper saying that you got the pamphlet. Are y'all picking up what I'm putting down? So you have to, and I'll even say, like, if you're visiting someone or if you're there with someone, make sure you read what they sign if you're close to them, right? Don't be a coworker like, let me see that. Because they'll be like, HIPAA. But if it's a close family member, help them. Say, where's her copy of this? How soon? And get everybody's name. That actually leads me to the next tip. The next tip is keep a calendar. Guys, I was there from Monday until Saturday. I can tell you every single nurse, day shift nurse on Monday, night shift nurse on Thursday. I can tell you every nurse's name, every tech's name. Every time they did my vitals, your oxygen, your BP, your this, your that. Every time I said, what was that pressure again? At one point, y'all, my pressure was so low. They were alarmed. My pressure was way too low. Hey, Mary, condolences to you and your family. Thanks, sis. But yeah, so if they're taking the stuff and they're leaving, you, like me as the patient, I knew, okay, so-and-so took my pressure 4 hours ago, and it was this. Okay, my lower number dropped. Okay, my upper number. I'm telling you, when you can have those conversations with the people that are coming in and taking care of you, they're going to take care of you even better, because they know you checking on crap. You checking on this stuff. You know, does this make sense to you? And it's as simple as, like, I couldn't write anything. I know y'all like, how did you sign stuff? Remember, we got to be ambidextrous, which I am not, but I said, I'm right-handed, and you guys see the situation. They were like, just Just do anything. That's what they said. Just do anything. So I just got my left hand and was like, and they took it. They had to take it. But as it relates to me making notes with things, I just went to my Google Calendar, and for each day, I just had, hospital stay. That was the caption. And then in the notes section of Google Calendar, that's where I put down times, the day and night nurse, time stamps. At this time they did this. This time they took me to ultrasound. This time that I had the X-ray. So and so the third party consultant came in and said this, and then I recorded. I record when those doctors came in. I recorded them. I can't remember all crap. So I'm just telling you guys, we live in a wonderful day and age. As long as you have a phone, and I'm doing this with my left hand, and sometimes I couldn't even, my left hand, because the veins were so messed up in it, sometimes I had to literally put my phone, like, on a pillow, like, have them bring in a pillow, put my phone on the pillow, and just peck. And just peck with my left hand. I couldn't even hold the phone and type at the same time. Another thing, y'all gotta learn your phone. Voice diction was great on my phone too, because sometimes I could just, if I didn't want to peck something, I would just, I would do talk to type. So I would be like, Dr. So-and-so said, blah, 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 blah. This was done, the results should be back, this. So I'm telling you, keep your own notes. And because the days become a blur, and when you're saying, oh, I didn't like that particular nurse, they're going to ask you which one. You need to be able to give them a name. Don't be like the black girl with the ringy things in her hair. Like, what? So yeah, keep your own notes, keep them on your phone, and all of that good stuff. What's the other thing I have on here? It's getting harder for me to see. This is going back to, this is kind of like a repeat. The next tip is keep a list of things you want from both the nurses and your guests. So I don't like to call nurses a lot if I don't have to. So and y'all, without the use of my right, like, I couldn't turn. There could be a straw behind me and I couldn't get that straw comfortably because I couldn't reach it over with my right hand, and like I said, my left arm was getting weaker by the day because of how much it had to be used since I couldn't use the right hand. So again, using my phone, I would just keep a list for the nurses, like when so-and-so comes in, tell her to change the temperature, tell her to change, get a straw, you need more apple cider, ask for more, whatever my supplies were. The simplest of things I would have to write down, put in my phone. Likewise, if you have visitors coming, just like I told the visitors earlier in this stream, know how to ask questions. As a guest, as the patient, you need to know how to answer questions. If somebody's coming to visit you, you're going to have brain fog. You're going to be on pain meds. They say, you need anything? You can't think of it. You're going to be like, no, just bring your sweet self. But not me, baby. Not me, baby. My brother was like, hey, Kim, what you doing up there? I was like, just chill. But I was like, he was like, all right, I'm coming to see you, babes. You need anything? I was like, glad you asked. I would like a Chick-fil-A #1, no pickle, lemonade, brownie, and an ice cream in a cup. Y'all, you think I'm playing? You think I'm playing? I had that mug already typed out. I had already dictated it. So I had already said, the first person who asked me what I need, all I got to do is hit paste, send. Paste, send. Chick-fil-A #1, no pickle, lemonade, brownie, and an ice cream on the side. Your girl was happy. Next person come. Yep, I need vanilla boost. In case I don't like what's for lunch or dinner, I need a boost. I need some boost. Okay, so make lists. And again, I had to have somebody bring me my mail. My clothes. I wasn't able to get back in the clothes that I came in, so I had to have someone bring me a change of clothes. So yeah, but keep a list. And we are almost done, guys. The next one is appoint a point guard. If you're in the hospital, appoint a point guard. And Nurse MJ let this cat out of the bag earlier. But the worst thing in the world, y'all, is to be picked and prodded all day long, even though the nurses and doctors are great. But you might think that the person in the hospital is sitting there on vacation, just watching, Wendy Williams reruns or whatever the case may be. They're not. All the time they're checking your vitals. It's lunch, it's breakfast, it's dinner. And whereas it might take me 30 minutes to eat a meal, an hour to eat a meal, with not being able to use my right hand and having to use my left hand and eating like, like I'm a baby, or, and then making sure food doesn't fall on me, it would take me easily an hour and a half to eat breakfast. Easily. So the time frames for everything got so much longer. It just took me so long to do the simplest of things. And so my point is, when a person comes to visit, they say, so what they said? Hell, which day? They said a lot. And you don't want to keep going through, well, why are you still in here? I want you to think about having that. And I learned this when my cousin had cancer, okay? And going to those doctors' visits with her and seeing them put the port in her and do all these things, radiation, chemo, and family members who have the best of intentions would call, and every single day, everybody is going, so what's the update? And on top of her already being drained, receiving the news, she got drained because she had to constantly regurgitate the news over and over and over again to people who mean well. But the thing is, it got so bad that I told her, I said, cuz, let me make you a website, a secure website that will be password protected, and we can share it with family members and friends, and we will put all your updates on there, and you tell people right now, you tell people going forward, go to this website. And let them know if there's no update, it's because I'm not ready to share yet, or because it hasn't been updated. But do not call and ask me, because mentally it's just too much to keep regurgitating things over and over and over again. So just be cognizant of that. If you visit somebody, while you might care and you think you're expressing that you care by asking them, what's the update? It could be extremely overwhelming, especially if they've been in there for a while. And especially if it's like the end of the day, it's just extremely overwhelming. So as the person who is ill, you should appoint a point guard. As your people come in, say something like, hey, listen, if you want the most up-to-date news on what's going on with me, contact my sister Mel Bell. Contact my mom. Here's where you can find it. I'm posting my updates. If you wanted to, I'm posting my updates on Facebook, what I want to share, or this. And that way people are not calling you, interrupting your sleep when you finally do get to sleep, or just, like I said, overwhelming you. Does this make sense? And then I will give you a bonus round. Guys. You want to walk as much as possible if you can. As much as I hate what happened with my hand, I'm so happy it wasn't like my foot or my leg. I did try to walk up and down the hall. However, I will admit I should have done it much, 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 much sooner. It is so easy to get sedentary in that bed just because you're tired. But you have to walk. It is good to get outside of your room. Sitting duck syndrome is very real. You're already cut off from the outside world. Every day I was thinking about what I normally would be doing. I would have been dropping my son off to school. I would have been picking them up. Kia and I would have been watching All American on Netflix. We would have been having dinner, and it was on top of losing my grandmother and knowing that I wasn't going to be able to go to the wake and the funeral. It was a horrible feeling to be cut off and feel so powerless. Especially when, I'll tell y'all this, one day, my son was missing for 2 hours after school, just because that boy didn't follow directions. But when I say, y'all, for 2 hours, I didn't know where my son was, and I was in the hospital, and there was nothing I could do about it. I went through so many emotions, anger, sadness. It was just a lot to take in. And like I said, he was just being a boy. He didn't follow directions, and therefore we didn't know where he was. But he was safe, and it could have happened to anybody. But it was all his fault. But anyway, it was a lot. It was a whole lot. Mary said, I can only imagine Kim. Girl, it was 2 hours, felt like 20. When you know your child's supposed to be home at a certain time, and you know the routine, and then you know I know even my son's friends at school. I have his friend that he walks with phone number, right? So if he's not where he's supposed to be, I can call Omar, and I'm like, yes, Miss Kim. But then I didn't get Omar. So when you talk about really freaking out, oh my gosh, I was just constantly exhausted. And so again, the point of all of this, y'all, is just to tell you, if you can wake up in the morning and you can put on a shirt, you know, if you can pick stuff up, like I just gave myself a shower. I'm proud of myself that I was able to give myself a shower. It took a really, really long time. And I had a heart monitor on from Monday until yesterday. So like the little heart monitor pads, the stickies, just trying to scrub with one hand to get those off of me in the shower. It just took a long time. I couldn't bend over though, so I just had to kind of like luckily I'm pretty flexible, so I had to lift because I couldn't bend over, because when I bend over, all the blood coming down this arm shoots to the veins that have like tapped out, and it feels like this arm is about to explode. So and then this arm, this is good, but I'm still working with depending on what I need to pick up. I can't like clipping your nails, the simplest of things, clipping your nails, filing your nails. It was crazy in the hospital room. I had a hangnail. When I say that thing about drove me crazy, I was like, oh my God. Oh my gosh. If you can do those things, y'all, be happy. I couldn't even put this headband on. I put this headband on today by myself. That was huge, because before I went to the hospital, my son was putting my headband on for me. So, yeah, if you can do those things, be thankful, be grateful. And if you ever have to go to the hospital or visit somebody in the hospital, remember these tips. And if you don't see somebody for a while, don't just be like, where you at? We need another video. Screw me. A situation like this reminds us not to take our body parts for granted. Mary, because I was actually scared when I got home, like, how am I going to get in bed by myself? And the gentleman who brought me home was like, are you going to be good? Are you going to be good by yourself? Are you going to be good? And it's so funny, because when he came to pick me up, like, guys, it's just amazing. You never know who's going to do for you and who is not. Sometimes the people you think will, won't, and sometimes the people you think won't, will. But the gentleman who picked me up, I needed him at that time to wipe my pits, put deodorant on me, help me put my pants on, help me put all my clothes on. So, you know, it's just, don't take those things for granted, for real. Now I have to focus on my health. And let me say this too. I'm going to say another thing, because people mean well. But when you say things like, you got to stop stressing. You got to take your health seriously. You got to slow down. All those things sound good, and you might have the best of intentions again, but don't tell people that. You got to tell them how. How do I stop stressing? When right now I'm sitting in a hospital room, and for a very long time I haven't been able to cut videos, which is how I make money, and I am already behind on stuff, and now I'm about to have a big behind hospital bill, and I'm going to get out and figure out and catch up on everything that I missed this week. Like how do I stop stressing? How do I take it easy? How exactly do I take it easy when I have a son to care for, things to do? I mean, my grandmother had been sick for a year. I did my best to help out. With caring for her as much as I could, given my situation. But how does that work? So, for example, I have a friend, Candy. Candy is great, because when my money dried up as my health got worse, she was like, Kim, you need to check into this organization, this resource, this, and then she would ask me, do you need help filling out the application? Because it was things I was unfamiliar with. Candy was great about that. There's another person who was on the line who I don't even talk to her. Mary said, great advice. That's thunder, girl. Yes, that's thunder. That is thunder. So there was another person who was on this live. I don't even talk to her. I can't remember the last time I spoke to her, but she reached out, told me Happy Mother's Day, and that's when I told her about my grandmother. And she actually kept me company in the hospital, just sending me encouraging voice notes throughout the day. And she told me about some things that I can look into, given my situation, some resources that I didn't know about. So my whole thing is, when you tell somebody something like, stop stressing, how do I stop stressing? How do I slow down? Prime example, I'm going to tell y'all this too. I keep saying I'm going to tell y'all this, but it's just things are coming to mind. Prime example, somebody will say, you got to slow down. Well, Ninja, I ain't out here at the disco tucked up every Saturday. I'm not running marathons. I'm doing the regular things that all single parents do. But how do I slow down when it's just me? And there's nobody else to delegate all these other things to. For example, Saturday, this is how bad it was. Saturday, I woke up in so much pain. Well, my son woke me up. My son woke me up. I was in a lot of pain. My son made us both something to eat. We're sitting at the table, and I'm saying, what time is it? He said 7:20. I said, oh my God, put on your shirt. I got to take you to school. I said, put on your shirt. I got to take you to school. He said, Mom, what? And in my head, I'm thinking, oh my gosh, good. I'm going to drive 10 minutes up the road, drop him off, come home, and I'm going to go back to sleep because I'm this pain. And so he was like, what? Put on my shirt. I got on my shirt. I said, that's your undershirt. Put on your school shirt so I can take you to school. And I was getting fried. I was like, go, because I'm in pain. And he was like, Mom, it's Saturday. I said, wait. I said, no, it's Friday. He said, it's Saturday. Y'all had no concept of time at all. So then I said, so why did you wake me up? And he was like, because you got to take me to meet my dad. For those of you who do not know, I don't live in the same city as my ex. That means I have to drive an hour and a half to meet him in a city that is in the middle of the both of us. So in my mind, I'm going to drive my son 10 minutes to school, come back here and lie down for this pain. Now I just realized it's not even the day that I thought it was, and I have to drive my son an hour and a half and then drive back an hour and a half. Y'all, it was so bad on Saturday that I had my son remote start the car. I got in the car very slowly. I had to situate my right arm on my right leg. My son had to put the key in the ignition, turn it, because it was too awkward for me to take my left hand and reach over to do it. So my son had to put the key in the ignition. My son had to put the brake down, shift the gear, just for me to drive. And I was like, I'm going to drop him off. I'm going to keep the car running so I don't have to figure out how to do this. I'm just going to keep the car running, and I'm just going to drive straight back. Right? And then when I get home, I can get like a neighbor or somebody else if I can't get the key out of the ignition to help me. That's how bad it was. Y'all, do y'all know we drove an hour and a half away, and a part of it, I was literally crying. Not like, but just like, I wept. Like tears were coming down my eyes because of the pain. And my son was like, you okay, Mom? I was like, just hurts. It hurts. It hurts. And so I got over that. We get to the meeting spot. No baby daddy. No ex-husband. So I'm like, you gotta hurry up and call your dad and find out where he is. He overslept. When I say it was like somebody stabbed me in my heart. Because I was just like, I didn't care that he overslept. What I cared about is the fact that this whole time I could have been in bed too. Like I was, and then I cried on the way back. A whole hour and a half. So that's 3 hours of driving with your arm limp and trying not to hit anything on your arm in pain unexpectedly. For nothing. See, that's the stuff that people don't understand when they say, you gotta slow down. But how, Sway? But how? Right? Baby gotta get to school. Baby needs shoes. Baby, and thank God my son is not an actual baby, because I don't know what I'd do. I don't know what I would do. But these are the things that people don't think about. And to be honest, A well-intentioned word, like you got to slow down, you got to stop stressing, you got to stop. Those types of things mean well, but they actually piss you off because you can't tell me how to do those things. You're not giving anything other than the evidence. I would love to stop stressing. I would love to do this thing I hear called slow down. Oh, I would love to put my health first. But how, Sway? So I'm just gonna like tell you guys, and this goes for everything. If you know somebody who's unemployed, don't tell them you gotta find a job. Duh. Say, hey, what would you love to do? Where were you at? Let me help you if you want help. I know it can be hard putting in job applications. I have a friend who looks at resumes. This is the cost. Do you want me to pay that cost for you if you can't pay it? Or hey, do you know about a new AI tool that can help you like ramp up your resume? It's 30 days free. Look at what I did. This is my before and after. Or here's the video that I found that shows, do you want me to watch the video with you? Because the main thing, y'all, is doing the thing with the person. When you are in a hole, even when somebody gives you a solution, if it's something for you to do, everything just seems overwhelming. And you're just like, when am I going to do this thing in the midst of all the other things I have to do? So when somebody says, here's something to help you, and I will do it with you, it's a totally different thing. Does that make sense? It's a totally different thing. Just like if somebody needs to go to the doctor. It's one thing to say, you need to go to the doctor. Duh. It's another thing to say, you need to go to the doctor. I'm off on Monday. I can take you if you like. Call the doctor, make the appointment. I'll call with you if you like. And depending on what day it is, I'll see if I can take you. I can take you, but I can't pick you up because I at work. Who can pick you up? I can help you think of people to pick you up if you like. Those things actually move the bar. And I'm telling y'all right now, those are the difference makers. So when people are in a dark place and they're depressed and their mind starts wandering and they start thinking about like self-deleting, right? And then let's say they do it. That's when people are always like, I can't believe they did it. They were always so happy. No, they weren't. I can't believe they did it. I was trying to give them some help. Hold on a second. I was trying to help them. Yeah, you tried to help them, and I'm not saying it's your fault if that's what the person does. You tried to help them, but what you didn't realize is they really needed a helping hand receiving the help, if that makes sense. Because the main thing is, a lot of times people feel so alone that it just takes all of their energy. It just takes all of their willpower. It just takes all of their everything. So these are the difference makers that I'm talking about in this video. Don't just tell somebody what they need to do, but actually put the time in to offer to help them do it too. Otherwise, you can't really, if you don't get close enough to, we learned this in network marketing, right? If you don't get close enough to the flame, you'll never feel the heat. You'll never feel the heat. So it'll be like, I'm just checking on you. I'm just checking on you. Yeah, my life still sucks. Okay. Oh, all right, just checking. Bye. I'll check on you next week. Hey, just checking on you. Life still sucks. All right. Well, it'll get better. Keep your head up. Bye. That is not so helpful. So, again, not saying the person is ungrateful, but just letting you know, like I said, I'm so like my sister. Oh my God! During this time, my sister, I owe my little sister. My little sister was my dang old big sister. She got my son. She was like, Kimmy, don't you worry about Hassan. I got him. I bought him Chick-fil-A for breakfast. He went to school with Chick-fil-A and made all the other kids jealous.
And then she would call me in the morning, let me speak to my son, and then she'd be like, Neffy, what you want for breakfast today? And because I was like, oh, I think I'll have. Oh, he was living it up. Okay, I just felt the soundtrack. Everybody living it up and saying what I do. I just felt that vibe coming in. What you do. Everybody was living it up. I just felt that vibe, that aura every time they called, and I was so happy that not only did somebody say, "Oh, don't worry about it, I got Kasana," but then your child was miserable, right? I was so happy that not only did my sister say she got him, but my sister got him. Shoot, right now she still got him. But yeah, he had a good time with his cousin. My sister gave him a haircut. I didn't even know my sister cut. My sister doesn't even cut hair. My sister doesn't even cut hair. And she gave him like a curly mohawk. And she was like, smell his hair, smell his hair. So that's their organized. Oh, I was like, how far you better? You better. When she brought him to the hospital after the wait. And like I said, she fed him every day. And she wasn't like, now listen. And guys, let me tell y'all this too. I keep saying this, but this is why it's important to, it's not like my sister is rich, but this is why it is important to get yourself in a position to where you can even help somebody. If my sister were, I'm not saying she's rich, but if she were paycheck to paycheck or only feed her child, like I know how my son eat. This week, my sister did everything. She bought my son shoes and an outfit for the weight because he's growing like a weed. So we don't just have dress clothes around, okay? So she bought him shoes, clothes for the weight. She cut his hair. She fed him every single day. And my sister didn't ask me for a dime. She didn't ask me for one dime. And I'm glad she didn't because I ain't got it. I'm just going to be honest with you. I ain't got it. But I'm glad that she is in a position to where she's not like, now listen, when you getting out? Because this boy eating me out of house and home. Like, it makes a difference. So when people say things like, money's not important, money's not everything, it's not everything, but that crap helps. That crap helps. And there were some people who zelled and cashed at me while I was in the hospital, and they don't even know, like, okay, great, that's one less bill I have to worry about. That's one less thing I have to worry about. Because, like I said, this day, I don't know what the bill's gonna be, but I know it ain't gonna be pretty. And then now I have to figure out how to, number one, get the full functionality in my hand. After all was said and done, guess what? We just ruled out everything that is not the problem. We still don't know what the problem is. The only thing they can do is tell me take these pain medications to keep and certain meds I can't take because they'll make me sleepy. So again, how am I function for my son, right? I can only take those meds, the best ones, at night. And then they gave me some stuff for inflammation. So I just have to really do inflammation and pain management until I can get an appointment with a specialist in a particular area to really see if it is what we think it is. And in the meantime, in between time, I got to figure out how I'm going to get back on track. So, yeah. And hopefully my arm feels super duper better. Everything is like super duper better before next Saturday. Before I have to drive an hour and a half again and back for visitation again. So these are the things, guys, like when they say life be lifing, life be lifing. But this was good therapy for me. I never like to come to y'all with like depressing stuff unless there's a lesson. I like for there to be a lesson in everything. So hopefully you learned something. And I am going to see what I can attempt to eat. I got another boost in there. I can open a boost slowly. So I got boost in there. I got some muffins. I got some chicken. Somebody bought me some chicken already cooked. I got some chicken, lemon pepper wings. So yeah, I'm about to, that's a heck of a meal in it. Banana muffins, lemon pepper wings, and vanilla boost. I'll make it do what it do, baby. But yeah, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna let my sister know she can bring my son back anytime, and then tomorrow I'll be good enough to drive him 10 minutes up the road, and then I gotta figure out how I'm gonna play catch up with everything. So for everybody who jumped on, I didn't think anybody would be on this live. I think it's been like 6 months since I cut a video, but I appreciate everybody that came on. It was so good to see y'all, to talk to y'all. I'm happy I could put on my shirt, put on my headband, clean my glass. I cleaned my glasses, y'all. I cleaned my glasses. That's a big deal because I couldn't clean my glasses because you need to do that motion, right? And it was I couldn't get the motion with my left hand alone for some reason. I was like about to flip my glasses onto the floor. So yeah, I'm doing those things now. Really happy about that. And yeah, that is it. You guys can find me at hellokimilli.com, HELLOKIMILLI.com. I will put that in the description box after this video ends. Thank y'all for watching, and I'll talk to you later. Bye. How do I end this? How do I end this? I never do a YouTube live on my phone. How do I end this? Oh, shoot. Okay. Oh, my arm is tired. You see? Reaching right now feels totally different than it did a few minutes ago. How do I end this? No, not that way. Is it this way? Stop streaming. Yes, okay.